Last episode. The adventurers finally made it through Whitefawn Forest and arrived at the front gates of Queensgrace. They entered into a town square of sorts, and Sorin located a wooden map of different locations. There was a library, a blacksmith, a bazaar, a keep, dungeons, a tavern and inn, and a school of magic. The group walked towards the tavern. While en route, Sorin and Vess lagged behind, speaking in Valdekian. They decided they should seek out Dakarth as soon as possible. The party began entering the tavern. Annoyed Sorin and Vess were speaking in secret, Stripe closed the tavern doors behind him and chastised the two step-siblings for being rude. Inside the bar, the adventurers saw a Goliath was boxing an orc with a circle of patrons surrounding them. There was also a drunken dwarf in blue armor, a black human knight, and Honesty playing music in the corner, amongst other things in the bar. Seeing the bar itself was unattended, Prince found that there was an opportunity to try and rob it. While he was reaching for a lockbox behind the bar, the Goliath defeated the orc in the boxing match and walked over to Prince and Vekni, introducing himself as the bartender, who the group later learned was named Boomadon. Honesty and Rolan had a little chat, and Honesty played a new song for him. Stripe attempted to sneak up on and murder an isolated halfling, but he noticed Stripe's approach and backed away. Everyone in the bar turned and looked at Stripe. The drunken dwarf ordered all patrons to seize the murderous goblin. Patrons attempted to seize Stripe, but a potion he drank earlier in the day made him impossible to grasp, as sweat poured from every pore in his body, making him extremely slick and slippery. Prince and Vekni deceived the patrons and attempted to blame the halfling for the altercation, claiming he attacked Stripe with a knife. Most of the patrons became confused as to what they should do. Stripe jumped out a nearby window and hid himself in a sewer drain. The dwarf, who the party later learned was named Beerhere, grabbed the halfling and searched him, finding a small pocket knife. He ordered the halfling brought to the dungeons. Meanwhile, Sword and Veszelyes were greeted by two sleigh guards, both drow. They offered to bring the two step-siblings to see Dakarth in his chambers. They were escorted into the keep and had a private meeting with Dakarth, who was a drow from Carganeth and Veszelyes' father. Dakarth explained he was sent to Queensgrace by Queen Marathi to kill Queen Inez, but when he infiltrated the castle and Queen Inez was before him, he simply couldn't. He said when he laid eyes on her, he realized he would do anything for her. Dakarth said he realized he had forsaken Queen Marathi and betrayed her by serving Inez, and he expected reprisal for treachery at some point. When speaking of Inez, the typically cold drow uncharacteristically quivered with emotion and feeling. Sorin used Identify to examine Dakarth, and found he was under the effect of a powerful magic item. He suspected Dakarth was controlled by some type of charm magic, but the power of the magical effect was so great that it left Sorin shaken. Vess and Sorin spoke with Dakarth more about the state of Dovah and what led up to Slay occupying Queensgrace. They spoke of how Marathi might take out her fury at Dakarth's betrayal on his daughter, Zombina, or perhaps on Queensgrace itself. Vess and Sorin told Dakarth of some of their allies. Vess mentioned Vekni was a high elf from Coldbank who hated drow. Upon hearing a high elf from Coldbank was at Queensgrace, Dakarth spit upon the ground and seemed disgusted. Vess, confused, pointed out Dakarth currently served a high elf. Dakarth looked conflicted and confused at that.
Welcome back to another episode of Power Word Nerd.
I'm in the sewers.
Yeah.
If I can be, I'll be in a spot where I can observe the bar.
Just sitting in the drain.
If possible. If not, that's no big deal.
Sure. You were observing the bar from a drain.
Okay.
Vekni will try to catch up to Rolan.
Okay. You probably catch up because you're faster.
Oh, that's right. I am faster.
Are you guys like walking behind that black human?
You feel a hand on your shoulder.
Alright. Roland turns around.
Because Rolan, this is going to clear.
Oh, okay. I was gonna try to steer the night off.
What did you see where our little green friend went?
I don't know. He jumped out the window and I don't see him anywhere.
You hear the black human talking to himself, saying, "I can't believe this goblin came here, racist against halflings, discriminatory.
Oh, jeez.
I can't believe someone like that came to Queensgrace. We do not stand for that here." He's just talking to himself, not even looking at you guys.
Excuse me.
He turns, yes.
In the bars, I discovered that it was the halflings that attacked the elf. I mean, the goblin.
So I think he's the social justice.
That's a good.
He shakes his head. That's not what happened. Little Petey. He wouldn't harm a fly.
He has a knife on him.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't harm anyone.
Kill Petey. What?
The goblin is racist against halflings. There's no other motivation that I can fathom.
Oh, is that him down there? And I point down a dark alley.
He turns and looks.
I have dark vision. You do not. I think that's him.
He looks back at you and nods. He goes, "Come on, let's go get him." And he
You
starts
get
walking.
him. I'm scared of the goblins.
He goes, "I don't blame you. I'd be scared of him if I was you too."
Okay,
he's
good
probably,
luck.
He's probably racist against elves as well.
I mean,
And
I
he starts
wouldn't blame
walking.
them. We're terrible people.
And he starts walking down that way.
Vekni just hooks Roland's arm and says, "Let's go back to the bar."
Okay. And we'll go back.
So we walk back in. And is this when the halfling's getting dragged out?
He's already gone.
Okay. I walk back up to Prince and goes, "Well, has that worked out?"
Yeah, halfling got arrested.
I saw that. It was very smart.
Yeah, he had a knife.
I
Can't have those kinds around.
No. And she puts her hand on the hilt of her sword. She goes, "No, you cannot have knives around here."
Prince has two great sword hilts sticking up over his shoulders.
So she'll sit down at the bar and she'll look at the Goliath. She'll go, "So what is going on with you and that orc that you knocked out who's still taking a nap on the ground?"
I have no ill feelings towards him. Everyone always wants to box me all the time. My girlfriend is always trying to trick people into coming here to fight me. She thinks it's hilarious when I whoop their asses.
What kind of woman is that?
She's a real woman. She's this cute little fairy girl.
Hold on.
Oh, she's the type that starts fights.
Hold on. Your girlfriend is a fairy.
Yeah,
How big are fairies in this world?
it's very small.
So this is just the mountain.
So, how does that work?
We love each other. We've been my girlfriend for a while. We just get along good. And she's always trying to trick people into boxing me, like gets her jollies off or something. I don't know.
Is her name a Rose?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You met her?
She gave us some dumb riddles to get in here.
They were pretty bad.
Yeah. She's quirky, but that's why I love her.
Well, to each their own, I guess.
That was a good guess.
Is she one of the only Fae here, or are there many Fae?
Well, technically, I am Fae too.
There are
Well,
many
fairies.
There are many fae here. Oh, there are many fairies that live in Queensgrace. This place is ever since Cordova fell to Vigor. This was basically the home of most fae creatures that were able to escape. Some weren't so lucky.
I am surprised by the different races that live here. Orcs living with halflings and whatnot.
It's all thanks to our queen.
She sounds like an impressive person.
She can unite anybody. When you meet her, you just want to do whatever you can to help.
And tell me about this queen.
She's just an attractive, young, pretty high elf. She's the last of her line, House Cordova. Her father and mother were executed by Vigor, and so was her aunt, who was the queen of Dovah when Vigor started their conquest.
Well,
Do you think she would be willing to join against one to fight back bigger?
join with one.
Join. Didn't I say that?
They said join against one.
Oh, join with one.
I don't really know too much about politics, but doesn't that King One, doesn't he want to rule Dovah? I don't think she'd be into that.
I don't know. From what I've seen of this continent, it's mostly just forest and roads. I don't know why anyone would want to conquer it.
He looks at you very, very, very confused. You must not know anything about Dovah, if that's what you think.
Well, he is from... Where are you from?
I'm from Piltover.
He's from Piltover.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I know.
What island?
Literally nothing about Dovah.
What island is Piltover on?
Halloween one shot.
No, that's
Island.
the city, but it's on an island, a separate continent.
It's on the continent of Moonronia.
Oh, it is Moonronia? He is from Moonronia. You're from Moonronia
I've
too?
heard of it. I don't
Prince?
know.
I'm from Ferelden.
Okay. And we are both from Sadius.
Okay.
We're all new to Dovah.
Do you have any questions about Dovah? Or I can try to answer. I mean, I'm not really the most knowledgeable guy to be asking, but I can try.
Who is the man in the blue armor?
He turns towards the dwarf. Oh, that's beer here.
What?
Beer? That's beer here.
Beer here?
There's beer here?
His name's Beer here.
And he seems like he's very involved around here. Who is he?
He's one of Queen Inez's warriors. He's a dwarven warrior. A lot of people respect him. He's a lot of experience. He fought Vigor very hard when they first did their invasion. He was one of the last to flee south and to come here.
And she lifts up the bottle that she took from before, and she drinks. So would you be willing for an exhibition?
Come again?
An exhibition match?
No, that's what he
And
told you.
she cracks the
Come
knuckles.
again.
Between the two of us?
Of course.
Did a rose set this up?
I mean, I never met her in person.
Sure, what's the bet?
I got 50 gold on me.
Virginity.
He goes, I'm down.
She's not a virgin.
He looks over to Beer here. He goes, hey Beer, we got another one. He goes, 50 gold. And then the crowd,
I'm gonna get my ass kicked so bad.
they all start looking around and they're all
Yeah.
like 50, I put 50 on it. And they're all making bets and they're all discussing and they start to slowly form a circle.
I am behind the bar.
Yeah, he moved away from the bar.
Oh,
I'll split it with you. Exactly half. Prince can't do math, so this is going to be interesting.
Okay. You're getting your ass kicked.
a few hundred. I'll
Fight you?
Okay.
whispered.
I only have 200.
Whispered Vekni. I'll be like, "Are you sure about this?
Don't worry nothing.
You're only level 4."
I know all the Dan's NPCs are red, but it's fine.
I don't know.
But he just got out of a fight, so he might be hurt.
No, he's the drunk one, isn't he?
No. I got all my key points. I'm ready.
He cracks his knuckles. He's like, "You ready to get on with this?" And he kind of takes like a little bit of a boxer stance, kind of like a kickaboo.
She rolls her shoulders back. She takes her hat off and hands it to Rolan. She pulls off her her tunic or not tunic, her poncho.
Bra.
Poncho, and she does that thing where she doesn't take her shirt off and pulls the bra out from underneath her sleeve. No, just kidding. Because they didn't have bras yet.
The female version of Zoolander?
Yeah. And she hands the poncho to Roland. She goes, "Hold this for me, sweet boy."
So he starts playing music, but it's like a little faster, a little more like a ruckus type song. Roll priority. So he starts it off. He just
I can't do those things.
winds up. Tries to do like a really wide hook towards you, like that. It's 21.
Yeah, that hits.
2 bludgeoning.
18. 9 bludgeoning. Bonus action, flurry of blows.
Okay.
11 and a 16.
The hit.
Yes.
The 16 hits.
Okay.
Say please.
7 bludgeoning.
That's excellent.
He like sits on your shoulders and winds back, goes in for a headbutt. You have to roll a con save.
Where's my save? 16.
You pass. So he actually cracks you with his headbutt, but instead of like taking the full force of the blow, you kind of step into it, and your head's. And you don't get that full
Like
impact
Vegeta
blow.
Goku?
Yeah, so it's almost like a stalemate, like at the same time. And you don't take any damage or nothing else happens.
Same idea.
Heals your gear anyway.
20 total.
That is a hit.
So as he has his hands and they meet heads, she puts her one foot on the inside of his hip right here, and she jumps up and knees him in the jaw. That is 8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Bonus action, Fury of Blows. One misses. One's a 6 plus 7. That's 13 plus 23.
A 13 or 23?
That's
13 and 23. Fury of Blows.
Why is Vest fighting
So the
Anakin?
13 misses, another one hits. When you miss, on your miss, so you're trying to like punch real fast, that's how it works. So he actually, as a reaction, grabs your hand, like catches it, and he squeezes it really hard, and you like kind of feel like some of the bones in your hand cracking. And you take
I'm looking at my monster right now.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Well, the other one hits, right?
Yep.
I guess I have a dragon to work.
8 bludgeoning. So as he's crushing her left hand,
16.
she comes across with an uppercut with her right hand, and again hits the jaw in the same spot she hit with the knee.
Okay. Alright, so he takes that shot. He tries to punch you again with a big exaggerated hook. 8 plus
18.
3.
18 armor
So
class.
miss.
Okay.
So you like duck under his hook. Useless.
Okay. 15.
Hit.
Okay. So she ducks under the swing. And that is 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
To the
He's like fucked up.
she ducks under the swing. Bam! Right in the stomach. Fury of Blows. Or flurry of blows.
If you hit, you beat him because he's a 1.
Well, 19.
Hit.
And she, well then I
So
don't.
describe your non-lethal.
She ducks under and she bam, and then she comes with a left hook, right under the rib cage, knocking the wind out of the guy, and he falls to his knees just like oh.
You won?
She punches him like Piccolo in 17 when they were
When
fighting.
you see the fist comes out the back. It was like, it was just so stupid.
I like that fight.
I mean, it was a great fight, but that part was so stupid. Yeah.
I like how they did it in Dragon Ball Abridged. When they're like, oh, you missed with all the... Oh, yeah. Woo!
700 gold or XP?
Experience.
Wow.
How much did I win for my bet?
Well, you only bet with him, right?
I don't know.
You only bet with him. Everyone was placing bets, but you only bet with him.
Good luck getting your money from him.
So he's not knocked out. He's just all fucked up. I can't believe you beat me.
She reaches her hand
I've never
out.
lost before. How'd you do that?
I've been in a few fights before. And she reaches her hand out to help him up.
He takes your hand, and you can feel the gold pieces in his hand. Or some gold pieces.
Yeah.
Not 50. He gives you the rest.
Dad, you
I appreciate that. And she lifts his big arm over her shoulder, and she carries him back over to the bar and sits him on one of the stools, and she jumps on the other side. She goes, "Let me get you a drink."
Wait, we didn't get
Alright. You're so strong.
But I've been in a few bar fights before.
You think maybe you could help us out with something?
So what do I get? 50 gold.
50 gold and 700 XP. He goes, have you heard anything about this group called Blood Mist?
I have.
One of their people is trying to infiltrate Queensgrace. Came through the front door. She was disguised as like a cute, petite little human girl, but Lord Camembert, he was able to detect that she was using foul magic to alter her appearance. She wasn't what she seemed.
Okay.
He denied her entry and kicked her out of Queensgrace. Once Lord Shilter heard about it, he wanted her dead. He turns towards all these wanted posters on the back of the bar, and he points one of them out. And he says, "That's her right there. She's that one." There's like a bunch of wanted posters.
So while that fight was happening, Dan, I am robbing the bar blind.
I would say he definitely wasn't able to pay attention at all. So you're able to get that lockbox out. It's pretty small, but there is a lock on it.
Let's take the whole lockbox.
It's not obvious.
It's small.
And I'm gonna leave the bar.
When was the last time she was here?
chest that needs to be opened.
It was about a month ago. Maybe less than that when she tried to infiltrate.
Just
I
carrying
know
this.
that-
I tried so hard.
Do I know that they talked to Blood Mist?
Yeah, Sorin talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to don. I mean meta.
No, Sorin told everybody about it.
It's the same thing.
We came in contact with the Blood Mist out on the trail. And I'm pretty sure that they slaughtered these families of gnomes and stole their children.
Gnomes? Where was this? Was it in the woods?
It was there on the map. Chipotle Forest. There are 3 houses.
Those people are under our protection.
Well, you did not do a good job.
Getting it right, didn't
He looks very disturbed.
There, when we got there, the adults from the houses were murdered and left in a kneeling position, and they carved their words into
What's
the
yours
wall.
is ours.
Huh?
What's yours is ours.
What yours is ours on the walls and tables.
Disgusting.
And
Did they have something to do with that flaming horse too?
what?
Did they have something to do with the flaming horse too?
Do I know about a flaming horse?
Roll history.
I have no idea what a flaming horse has to do with stealing children.
I figured it had something to do with them. I saw this guy on a flying horse. It was like a flame. He had like some kind of red cloak flying around in the air.
Zambini. Yeah, it's Zambini.
We gotta hunt him down and kill him.
Well, you always lost it when you came.
Well, we had a mission to come here, but we probably should have done that.
Have you run into any of the guys from Chaos in the woods or in your travels?
I do not know. I do not know these chaos.
Our queen despises them.
Do I know chaos?
Don't give it
I don't
to
think
her. Don't give it to her.
Maybe you heard of them. Just I never might have mentioned them.
On the wanted poster, there's a Hainsworth, but
What's that, Brett?
on the wanted poster, there's Chaos Hainsworth, but that's it.
Rolan says that.
Oh, yeah, I said, or, yeah, I say on the wanted poster here, it says that there's a Hainsworth that leads Chaos.
But you haven't ran into any of them yourself?
No, the only things we've seen is these papers.
He points to the wanted posters behind me and goes, yeah, there's a few more for this Chaos people. Our queen despises this group.
Now, is this group
That Hainsworth is a piece of shit.
is it a large group or a small group? Like, is it a Vega, a Forte?
I don't think, well, they're not as big as Vigor, but there's quite a few of them running around. Their leader, Hainsworth, tried to assassinate our queen.
Add to the pile.
How many new ones we get? Just one.
Well, how close did he get?
He's got more, but he got really close. We were meeting, we were in talks
900 gold.
of allying together to fight Vigor. He tried to attack our queen. I think he was after something. But Lord Shilter, who was just a captain of the guard at the time, he saved her. He protected her.
Is he the same person who protected her from the Sofritas? Or
That was Camembert.
Camber.
Sofritas. Sounds like a Mexican dish.
Now, they were in talks to work together.
It seemed like Hainsworth was after her. He was trying to take something from her, or I'm not
Perhaps
sure.
her kingdom?
Queensgrace?
Yeah.
Castle in the middle of the woods. I highly doubt that this is Hainsworth's aim.
But I mean, gaining control of.
He's a cunning man full of ambition.
I mean, gaining a kingdom is not nothing.
If it's fair, perhaps.
What do you think, Rolan?
About Hainsworth?
The whole situation.
Sounds pretty bad. We should try to find this Hainsworth.
Now, do you know?
Take out his friends too if you can.
Do you know if the Chaos is working with the Blood Mist?
Wouldn't surprise me. They're all scum.
Is there anything at Widow's Falls that's next to Queensgrace?
You guys just stay away from Widow Falls. With the Queen and Lord Camber they don't want anybody going over there. Stay away from there.
But what's there?
It's none of your concern. Don't even worry about it. Just stay away.
So now Tom Brady goes down and scores.
Two turtles.
Maybe we could help if there's something dangerous there. Maybe we could take care of it.
I'm not in charge of anything.
He's just a bartender.
All I know is I'm supposed to stay away. That's what I'm told. I recommend you do the same. The queen would not be pleased if you guys started walking around by the falls.
Why would she not be pleased? We are not aligned to her.
She doesn't want anyone over there.
Well, we ought to see her tomorrow.
Perhaps you could ask her about it.
What?
This is the point where we all work together.
Yep.
We find out what's going on. Is it?
She's just gonna try to murder somebody or rape them.
Or both.
This group works well together. It's like this group.
One person can't be a group, no matter how many personalities.
This group right here, in particular, murder rapes.
Wild card.
Well, can I see those as wanted posters for the chaos?
Of course. And he hands you all the other posters. There's a few.
Did I notice Prince leave?
No. What's your passive perception?
And you have no idea where the
15.
Roll stealth, Prince.
you have no idea where the chaos could be now.
Well, I know some of them are at the
18.
You did not
figured
notice
that
them.
out too.
You did not notice them either. He says, I know some of them are at the Birdhaven ruins, and I think Lord Hainsworth himself he's got some kind of place, castle or something in King Lorrain's Valley.
I'm waiting now.
King Lorrain's Valley?
Give it time.
Is that not on our
No.
Are you showing it? Do you have the map to show?
I don't know who has
Yeah, but look at your bed.
So bad.
who has the
We're in the middle of a conversation.
If you're asking me, it's like King Lorrain's Valley is to the part of the north.
What happened?
Okay.
It's between here and the
It's
capital.
getting late.
I just saw
Could me and my friend here get the room?
Sure.
Perhaps complimentary.
It'll show you
She winks.
Complimentary?
as well.
She winks as she cracks her knuckles.
Well, normally I charge 10 gold for a room, but
Jesus.
how about this? I'll make a deal with you. Pay the 10 gold for the room.
What are you watching on?
Usually we charge additional
These
when we
have,
send prostitutes up.
ESPN Game
We'll give you
Pass.
whatever prostitutes you want for free.
Almost
Pay the
like
10 for the room.
Well, I
Prostitutes
mean,
on the house.
so she turns to Rolan and goes, "Is there something you're interested in?"
I was looking through the wanted posters. What did you say?
Would you like some company tonight?
That's waiting
What?
for Roland
Which
to
one
be
is it?
like, I fuck.
Did Kevin see this yet?
No,
Did Joe see it yet?
no.
What is it?
Wanted poster.
Show it to Joe. Show it to Joe too.
I'm gonna get you, boy!
Forgot about that.
God, I can't wait.
Wanted.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to monk against that monk.
That would be a pretty cool battle.
Bretson's not a monk anymore.
No, that's true.
Bretson is not a monk anymore.
So would you like company tonight?
Hands with
And
the
she
bullets.
looks at you like, no, not me.
Lord Monster.
With the ladies that work for our friend here.
Ladies, men, whatever. What do you want?
What are you want to
He's
do?
dead.
Whatever race you want. I got you. Just pay the 10, pay the 10 for the room. Couple on the house.
Time traveler.
That's right.
This part.
Sure.
What do you want?
That'll be tough.
I think the boy needs an orc.
the bottom?
Very bad.
Last line.
We got a half orc, Gazelda.
That works. And I'll slam a 10 gold down.
Read the
All right.
I'm good.
I'll send her up in a little bit.
All right, head up, boy.
What does that mean? You
And
just had the
she
money
winks
on
at you and
him?
says, "Head up, boy."
All right.
And I'll stay down and just keep drinking.
What is this
5,000
half
gold
orc
sitting on a
woman look
random
like?
body.
She's
out in the
not in the tavern with you right now.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna meet you in the room.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I got Brett laid.
Roll.
Just
Like your sister.
That's true.
Roland will go up to the room.
Roland fucks.
So you're up there for about 25 minutes, and you hear like a really soft knock on the door. Really soft and gentle.
She's there for about 25 seconds.
Roland goes up and he opens the door.
So you see this, for an orc, fairly petite woman. She's got like kind of like a hairy mole on her cheek. Aside from that, for a half orc, she actually looks pretty attractive. She's got this like sandy brown hair. You can definitely see a lot of human features in this half orc. And she goes, "I'm Griselda. Hi."
Nice to meet you. I'm Rolan, and he goes to shake her hand.
She shakes your hand, then she moves close and like presses her body against yours, and then gives you a little hug. And then she stays like close to you like that, and she goes, "So what do you want to do?"
That's some prize for no reason.
Well,
My daughter goes with this.
well, to be honest, I've never done anything like this before. What
Virginity? Yes! Yes! I took Roland's virginity with a whore!
She says, "So is this your first time?"
Yes.
What interaction is better?
She turns.
She
gently closes the door, and she goes, "Just sit on the
rolling in.
Oh my God, Joe.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
First pop.
Strangely.
Roland sits on the bed. He kind of like has his hand in his lap, and he's like fiddling with his thumbs nervously.
She says, "Just sit there, and I'll take care of everything. I'll get us started." And she gets down on her knees, and she gently.
Keep going.
She gently puts her hands on the top of your hands, on your lap.
Do me a favor, Dan. You should just stop talking now, but just make a whole shitload of hand motions, and then in the YouTube video, just add beep sounds constantly. Beep, 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 beep. Just slowly zoom in on Brett's face as his eyes just get wider and wider.
Congratulations.
So she gently moves your hands and starts undoing your belt.
Okay.
You wanted this, get into it now.
She
Your face is black! Your face is black!
she just very gently and smoothly pulls your pants off. What does she say?
One's his vagina.
Sees the penis.
Roll 2d4s to see how big it is.
Sure. I like
What do
that.
we got here? 2d4.
Hold on. The 2d4 is only a max of 8.
Hold on. That's a 3 inches?
way above average.
And
But it should be 3d4.
So so when she pulls the
7
pants
inches
down,
of penis.
it kind of flops down and back up, and she sees it, and her eyes go wide with surprise, and then you see this tiny little smile on her face.
7 inches of penis, my man. My man. That's above average. Congratulations. 2 inches above average. Congrats.
Is it decent?
She just nods. Then she spits on it, and she starts working it with her hand.
Oh my God, can we stop?
Fade to black! What are we doing? We're going here. How are we going so far? Spit into her hand, and she's working it a little
Joe,
bit.
calm down.
Did she get erect?
This
So you roll.
Joe's a married man now. This is all he gets.
Roll all I get. Roll a Constitution
Had 2
save.
kids and I'm married. This is all I get.
This is it.
Roll a Constitution save. Your DC is 8.
Okay.
Love you, Stephanie.
8.
All right. So you're able to hold it in for now.
Okay.
I can't believe this is going on right now.
Do you do anything, or you just kind of let her do what she's doing?
I think Roland would just let her do. Is she just working it with her hands?
Yeah.
So your first time.
She only needs one hand.
A lot of kids are like that. I mean, not real kids in the
Kids
movies.
these
She
days.
spits on it again. So you're just gonna kind of chill.
Going.
I want to know how many inches
Okay.
can get down her throat.
We know
Roll 2d4.
We know
I wasn't gonna go there.
Roll
I wasn't gonna go there.
Yeah, roll the d4. Roll 2d4 to see how much you get.
We know you got at least 7 inches, so that's 2d4s. Hey.
All right.
Hey.
So as I said, you passed that con save. So she's working it. She takes it with one hand. Her other hand, she grabs her hair, and she's kind of like fiddling with her hair, and she puts her hair, and she lets go for a second, puts her hair into a ponytail.
Oh, it's on.
Puts her hair into the ponytail. Goes down. Let's see. A 2 and a 3.
She can't do it.
So she gets pretty far, and then just starts. She can't quite The saliva's coming down. Why don't you roll another con save?
Oh, damn.
Now your DC is 12.
11.
So
You bust!
should describe it.
Alright, so she's like gagging, whatever, and he's feeling her mouth on it. And he's like, and then it just happens.
What a handy?
No, she used her mouth.
She went down.
Just so nonchalant. No, she used her mouth.
She went down 5 inches, couldn't handle all 7.
That was it.
Roll's too big.
Roll's too big.
Roll's too big.
My man, fucking A right.
She's a pro.
Congratulations.
And I'll say, I'm so sorry. What happens now?
Oh, thank you, Brett. You get a pair.
She's just like cleaning herself off. It's like dribbling down her mouth a little bit. She's cleaning herself off. Just gets up. She says, she just gives you a nod. She leaves.
Doesn't he have her all night?
Yeah. That is not how that works.
That was an hour.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there's still like...
That was an hour. That was about 4 minutes.
There's like still 56 minutes left.
That's all he got. That's all he paid for. If you want to go down and try to spend more money to get another girl or get her back, you can. That's up to you.
Roland's good.
All right, but she bounced.
He's spent.
He's spent. If you want to go back down and try to get another girl, you definitely
that's
can.
true.
Still a virgin.
You have to roll a recharge.
That's funny.
Nice.
I mean, at my age, my recharge takes like 2 days.
Roland's a young buck.
He is. No, I guess Roland would go to sleep after that.
Probably sleep good.
Yeah. He's like, I did it.
Prince, did you want to do anything with the lockbox? You're just going to keep it hidden for the time being.
I'm gonna pick a random alley, and like try and smash it open.
You just break it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to roll or anything. It's just like a little tiny. It's a little wooden box. All right. Smashes open. Why don't you roll a D100?
Yes. Did I see him walk out of the bar?
Yeah. You're watching the bar, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely saw it.
So as he smashes it, I just want to say,
Hey, Prince.
What?
The new god.
No, we're down here.
Oh, Stripe? No, not Stripe. Dingus, right?
What? Oh, yeah, we're dingus. Yeah.
98.
You got 98 gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is everything, calm down?
Yeah. No, I got the halfling arrested. I said he had a knife.
Oh, wonderful.
And then I stole all the money from the bar.
We're proud of you.
Thanks.
I'll just climb out next to him.
Want some?
Sure.
We're just hanging out. We're enjoying an alley together.
And he ran away. And he's in the sewers right now. He's
No, he came out of the
shit.
sewers. No, I came out when I saw Prince walk
So
in.
you got duty hanging on your clothes and shit.
It's pronounced.
I didn't get in the sewer and then start rolling around in the effluence.
Well, you didn't say you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, that's
say you
true.
did.
And this, so yeah.
You went into the sewers.
I
and
come
you
out
came
looking
of
like
the sewers.
like the shit demon from.
I'm saying, if I take an Easter egg and dip it in and comes out, guess what? It's a different color, motherfucker.
Have you ever been in a sewer?
Have you ever been in an Easter egg dive?
I mean,
No and no.
We'll walk to where everyone else is.
Just throw the lockbox down the alley. And just,
Throw it into my hole.
Into my hole.
oh, yeah, that hole. Okay.
So you guys walk back into the bar where Vekni is?
If that's where they are.
Yeah.
Vekni's sitting at the bar talking to the Goliath. Or Vekni's on the inside of the bar, while the Goliath is sitting at the bar.
You might want to pull your hood up, though.
I'll put my hood up.
Okay.
As when they first met me, where I hid myself.
All right. So you walk in. Honesty's still playing on his little guitar. The black guy didn't come back yet.
We wouldn't know anyway. I don't. You don't have dark vision, do you?
Oh yeah.
So you saw
yeah,
Vekni point him down a random alleyway.
The dwarf he's actually doing shots again, just like drinking, chilling.
But hello, boys.
You look like shit.
I barely got hit.
You don't look like shit.
Your hand probably hurt.
He looks like the bartender looks like shit.
You look like shit.
Well,
He's like, oh, she bested me.
he picked the fight with me.
Not really.
I know, I picked the fight.
Yeah, she got those hands.
Well, and she tells Prince that she got Rolan to hook her.
You got him a what?
It's El Hooker.
He's not gonna know what to do with that.
Well, she hasn't come down yet, so it's been about 5 minutes.
As Vekni says that, the half-orc comes down the steps, and she's like wiping her mouth, like, and she looks all disheveled. She undoes the tie in her hair, lets it down.
Well, I stand corrected. Never mind.
You gave him that.
Oh, it's halftime. It doesn't matter.
Like I said, she is attractive.
Okay.
She's green.
Okay.
She has a lot of human features.
Okay.
Vekni just looks over and goes,
It's halftime.
"Can I buy you a drink, young lady?"
She goes, I'm not allowed to
That's why
drink
she
with the
aired it out.
customers.
Well, I am not a customer of yours.
And she like almost blushes and she nods no and she walks out.
Fuck you.
Outside? Yeah. By herself?
Oh no.
100% by herself.
Okay.
If Dingus tries to get up and leave, I'm just gonna reach out and grab the back of his.
You can't grapple him.
You can't grapple him.
He's super sweaty.
He's
I'm gonna try.
Sure, I'll say that I do get up and start walking back there.
Okay.
What? Why are you so slimy?
I slip out.
This is a natural thing.
Then we'll sit back down.
So Dakarth leads you, and you get to this like big yellow door with these like orange studs around the door, and then there's an image, a painting of this block of cheese with holes in it on the door in the center.
A block of cheese?
And Dakarth gives a bunch of really loud knocks. Goes, Camembert, I need to speak with you immediately. You hear some movement in the room. And the door pops open. And you see this short little gnome with this big puff of white hair, wearing yellow robes, sitting at the door. He's like, what do you want? Dakarth says, these friends of mine would like to speak of you. It's very important. And he steps to the side.
Sorin politely tells him who he is. I am Sorin Avacyn. I am here from Drakon.
No. For Eldon.
For Eldon.
Remember your backstory, Joe. We don't talk
Hey,
about
Brett. Shut the fuck up!
You can't yell at him. He's not. He just got laid.
Kind of.
Almost.
Still a virgin.
You're welcome.
We're here from Ferelden. This is my sister, Vess. She is the daughter to
Dakarth.
Dakarth. And,
Oh, you're Dakarth's daughter?
yes.
No wonder he woke me up. What do you need?
We just have some questions for you. Maybe you can help us out.
Okay. Sure, come on in. And there's some fancy yellow chairs with yellow cushions. Just have a seat.
Sorin's gonna sit down, and when he does, he's gonna like pull out that.
He jumps up on this like really tall bed with yellow covers and like knitted designs of cheeses on the covers.
Cheeses?
And he grabs like it's tall, so he's like this, and he like leaps up there,
Kind of like
sitting.
you getting into bed?
Yeah, and his feet are just dangling. And he's like, "What can I? Go ahead."
So Sorin's gonna pull out that chest, and he's gonna like put it down, and he's gonna say, "Is it possible that you can tell us more about this? Maybe possibly you can open it? It is magically enchanted."
Where'd you get this? This is the one with the fish on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna tell him that he got it from one of the houses in the Chipotle Woods. It was
What's the Chipotle Woods?
It was imbued with magical energy, and I was able to discern that it was enchanted, but I cannot pick the lock.
He puts one hand over it, and you could see this blue aura surround the chest. And he's like, I see. Yes. This is strong magic. You found this in one of the houses in Chipotle Woods.
Yes.
What are the occupants? I'm assuming that they were gnomish.
They were, and from what I was told, it was also people that. Where's the place we're staying at? That Queensgrace was supposed to protect. What?
We did know that because the 3 houses before told us that they were under protection of Queensgrace, so it would just be
That's right. It wasn't in the basement,
known.
right?
All I know is that this one has like really heavily like guarded, like almost like like angelic protection on it.
Okay.
Like it wasn't some kind of like lock I was able to just pick.
Just before I open it, I must know how you got this though. What happened to the occupants?
The house was sacked by the members of Chaos? Blood Mists. And they were all slain, and from what I was told, they were left there with their bodies carved up, left in kneeling positions.
Who we did find, I was able to provide proper burial for, and I was able to amass them grace and give them a proper burial.
He drops his hand and the magic stops.
He's gnome. This is sad for him.
And he says,
I did the right thing.
"Was there a home? Many children?
Uh-oh.
There was a home with many
women
children.
living there?
There was.
The children are all gone.
That's my sister.
Oh no.
Oh, she's dead.
Those were my nieces and nephews.
She's dead, and I'm very sorry for your loss.
You can see this anger shaking in him. Magically loud voice starts coming from him that's much different than that quiet tone he was using. And he goes, "Those blood mists must all pay for this!"
Hell yeah.
And it's like a booming magical prestidigitation.
Yeah. Do you have, and she'll look to did I know you had the letter? You have a letter from one.
I have a letter with the kids that they're all being like sent to that place. Yeah. No, but finish your thing.
He says that and he's just shaking and he's tears coming from his eyes. He goes, "Not my sister. I told her," and again this is that booming, this is that really booming voice. "I told her to come here where we could protect her. She didn't listen. She thought that her kids wouldn't have been raised right in the castle walls. Now what happened to them? They might not even be alive any longer."
Well, they are definitely alive.
How do you know this?
For now.
The booming voice, he's now just the booming voice only now.
And he shows him the letter that Sorin had, that he knows where the kids are in the House of Pleasures.
Yeah.
His face goes white reading the letter, and he's just trembling.
This is where the children are. We did not find any trace of the children. All we found were the parents.
It's not true. The goblin found a slipper. A pink slipper.
But
you must do something. You must save. Please save my nephews and my nieces and nephews. Please.
It's on the other side of the world. How did we get there? What do you mean? It's over there.
What's his name?
Lord Camembert.
Lord Camembert. Vess and I, we can do everything we can to absolutely try to save these children to the best of our abilities.
Blood Mist couldn't have taken the children to Dalcol.
The Blood Mist aided in taking the children away from their parents.
And sold them to who we don't know.
After that, we do not know what he did.
What's his name? Lord what?
Camembert.
We do know where those children are headed. But
The letter says it, right?
yeah. But
There's no way to cross into King Lorian's Valley. The bridge was destroyed. Blood Mist can't leave this area. The children are still somewhere. They must be somewhere in the fringe still.
Well, you have an army. Perhaps they would be better suited than us. We are just diplomats from Ferelden, not well versed in fighting.
Perhaps, though, we can help each other.
Okay.
I can swear to you our duties, my sister and I, to find these children and get you back your nieces and nephews.
Okay.
Nephew is, which one is it? Niece,
There's
nephew,
7
mom?
nieces and 7 nephews.
To the best of our ability.
Brother, perhaps since we were sent here by one, we can enlist some of their fighters. If we can get some sort of truce between the two armies, that will allow us to join forces and find these children. Perhaps we can bring that up with Queen Inez when we meet with her tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Whatever it takes to save my family.
But you are also the
Which is all I have.
master of spells.
That's correct. I'm the master of spells.
I am also the master of spells in Ferelden. But here in this place, the magic is different. Perhaps it is possible you can teach me what you know, or at least guide me into the areas that you know of to help me learn the areas, and I can help get these kids back as soon as possible.
Wizards. Is there something where, like, if you train with a high-level mage, you get something, or?
So
They can teach you a spell.
they can teach me spells. If it's a divination spell, it costs half as much as it does. If it's not a divination spell, it costs 50 gold, but I have like 600 gold per spell, and it takes me 2 hours to learn every spell. So the best thing for a wizard is to just have spell scrolls. So if he were, as a for instance,
He would know, and he would know this.
yeah. So he could just give me scrolls or books, whatever it is he has that says like that. This is how I learn these spells, and then I can learn these spells by paying 50 gold. And like game purposes, it takes me 50 gold per spell, 2 hours per spell to learn every spell.
But if he was to help you, that's different. It changes something.
If he were to help me, it's up to you, really. I mean, I'm only level 3.
So you're straight up asking him to help you learn spells or something.
Help me help you, pretty much.
Help me help you. Yeah.
He'll say.
Even if you just like says like, oh, listen, I have spell scrolls or spell books or whatever it is that has these spells that you can just whatever and do your thing.
He goes, normally, and again the loud booming. Well, actually, no, the loud booming voice drops, and he goes back to his normal voice, and he says, "Well, normally we charge a premium to share our magic knowledge because Inez needs a lot of money to continue to rebuild Queensgrace, to fund her army, so that we can take back the capital. But to save my family, I will go out of my way to lend you some of my magic free of charge.
Ooh.
After you meet with the Queen tomorrow, stop by the School of Magic."
Veszelyes will be like, also, as I mentioned before, we are here from the army of one, to try to broker a truce against Vigor. And what will help us along the way of convincing them to help is if you were to sign up with us as a willing participant, as an ally to our force, so we can join up and save those children. Because from what those letters say, there's more than just your niece and nephews. And children are the future, and the more children that you have, the stronger your armies will become.
I hear what you say, but my loyalty is to Queen Inez.
I'm not asking you to switch sides. I'm just asking you for help.
Just to aid your army? Aid one?
Yeah, but isn't one trying to take over the cunt?
Yeah, they are. He goes, I'll do this for you. My loyalty is always to my queen. But
of course.
If you manage to save my nieces and nephews, I'll sign your book, and I'll do whatever I can to aid one in their conquest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my queen's plans.
And I guess the very last thing...
We are just here to stop Vigor.
I understand. and that's respectable.
And I guess the very last thing is, you can like, taps on the chest. If this was in your family, is there any way you know how to open it?
Well, I can open it. And he puts his hand on it, it turns blue, and the lock gets undone, it drops, it opens.
Sorin looks in it.
Inside, you see this staff. It has this handle that is made of like
mahogany,
made of brass.
Oh.
And then the wood itself is painted is painted white with these really fancy designs of flowers on them. Painted on.
Sorin kind of pulls the staff out, and then he'll ritual cast.
And just ask.
You know that takes 11 minutes to cast, right?
Okay, so I ask him what it is, but if he doesn't tell me, then I'll ritual cast Identify on it.
He hops down off the bed, picks it up out of the chest, holds it between two fingers, spins the staff, the huge staff, this little gnome,
on two fingers.
Catches it. It glows this really bright white for a moment, and the white goes away, and he says, "This staff has healing magic within it," and he tosses it to you.
Oh,
and you have received a staff of healing.
Cool. Lord Kemmenberg.
Yes.
We've traveled with a party of ragtag folks, and they have all showed quite concern for your niece and nephew, and are interested in helping them as well. Is there any way that you could perhaps provide aid for them? They are...
What kind of way?
Materials, weapons, armor. From what I can tell, they don't have much, but they are battle-tested and brave. So perhaps if we could outfit them with something better than the junk they carry.
Me personally, I can offer the little bit of magic that I can give out for free to Sorin. But if your group seeks items to make them stronger, we don't have that much here in Queensgrace that isn't already being utilized in our fight against Vigor. I would recommend stopping by the blacksmith and speaking to Ash, as he might have something that could perhaps be of use to you and your friends. That'd be my recommendation. I'm not sure exactly what he has in his shop, but he is quite skilled. I do have other magic items at the School of Magic, but I can only give out so much. I will give all that I can tomorrow.
I only ask for one weapon.
I don't possess any weapons.
Well, a magical item. You don't possess any magical weapons?
I do. It is quite rare.
It's not for me. I have a loyal friend in this group.
It's a special pair of boots. Come to the school tomorrow. Only for you. I will sell it at half price. I can do that for you.
Can you tell me what the price is?
2,500 GP. You can pay half.
I don't have that.
Some of you have a lot of money.
Nobody has that much money.
You're not correct.
Well, the goblins have that much money? Man, Dan.
Yeah, they're a lot. What did you ask of him?
I was trying to
Magic
get
items.
Magic items.
Magic items?
I was trying to get something for Prince.
I mean, I asked if no more items, and he kind of like puts his staff down, and this is more than enough to try to save your family as much as possible.
I thank you.
Being who I am, the only thing I seek is knowledge.
I'm going to give all of you, which includes those that aren't here, you're all going to get a +1 renown with the group Slay. If you guys want to jot that down somewhere, that you have that. Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Have you ever played Fable?
It means they know you. So, like, you get like a +1 on rolls for Slay, or?
There's certain roles where it's going to help you like that, where you can get a +1 or you can get advantage. It's just something I want you guys to keep track of so that I know.
Features and traits should I add it into, I guess?
Sure. Yeah, traits. That sounds good.
1 point of renown to who?
With Slay.
With one word.
With the faction Slay.
So yeah, I'm going to repeat. Again, the only thing I seek is knowledge. The more that you can teach me, the more that I can help you.
Yes. I understand that, and I'll do all that I can. Tomorrow, make sure that you make a good impression on our queen.
Of course.
We must do as she says. If you make a bad impression, I might not be able to help you at all.
Of course, I understand.
Make sure that others in your group are under control as well.
The others in our group may not want to be there.
I just want you to know that since we have become, I would say, at least friendly, I keep a watch on our town. I have my ways. I've been observing everything that's been going on. And some of your friends are questionable, to say.
So, maybe perhaps, so we can have a communication with you. Provide us with, or at least my brother, as we'll be searching for your children after our meeting with your niece and nephew, providing us with a way to communicate, perhaps a set of sending stones?
I don't have anything like that, but a Rose probably does. You can ask her about it tomorrow.
That bitch.
Could you introduce us tomorrow?
Sure. Well, you'll be meeting all of us in a more formal setting.
I know, but it's always nice when a friend introduces you to another friend.
I'll do what I can.
And she smiles kindly.
Yo, that staff is fucking fire.
I forgot, what's it do?
It's all healing.
It's all healing, but there's a lot of different kinds of healing.
So Ves will stand up and be like, "Brother, I think it's time for us to get to bed. Hopefully Duckhearth's men will be rounding up the rest of the party shortly, and we'll be reunited at some point in the morning. Lord Chamomile, it was nice to meet you.
Likewise.
And
Cannonberg, but likewise.
Cannonberg. And she'll curtsy appropriately.
How's his chest?
Sorin will put out his hand.
He shakes,
Yep.
looks at your eyes, and he says, justice, integrity, honor.
Is that the...
Sorin repeats the same.
That's the bar.
It's their credo.
And then she'll put her hand on her heart and be like, my thoughts and prayers are with your niece and nephews.
Thank you. I hope that you can avenge my dead sister and save her children.
I will make sure that your family is avenged.
And scene.
So, while you're sitting at the bar...
Thanks for watching this episode of Power Word Nerd. Be sure to follow us on all social media sites.